Yo, Dante, same again. Hope you're well. Lots of love. Let's get straight into it. How do I convince the employee of a company that I have a great offer to give to them? Firstly, are you talking to the right person? And you could be. I only say that because in our sort of market personally, we are talking and we hope to be talking to business owners. Of course, there's marketing managers and sales managers that we get involved with as well, but typically we're working on like a directorship level, C-suite level, if you will. The way that you convince somebody, or at least get them to see beyond the surface level of your product or service, is passion in the tone of your voice and how you talk to them. That goes a long way. I've had a lot of feedback recently about being potentially hungry. Of course I am. This is what life is all about. Striving for greater, striving for what you want in life. So that comes across on the phone when you're confident. You can say whatever you like, and as long as you say it confidently, people will either take it on board or, it's more respectful, essentially. You don't want to be quite timid on the phone and treading around your words, making sure not to say something wrong. And the way you convince somebody is just being confident, being true with what you're saying, being passionate about it, making sure, exactly what you're saying makes sense to the person you're talking to. You don't want to be selling rocket science to somebody who's just been bought in to fucking change the tires. Make sure you have a common ground. If somebody doesn't understand truly what you're offering them, ask them questions to make them feel a bit more comfortable. How can you explain it in a way that would make sense to them, somebody who isn't in your industry? And how would you want something explained to you if you knew nothing about a subject? How would you want somebody to explain it to you in a way that would make sense to you, essentially? It's not really about convincing, I suppose. It's just about making sure the person you're talking to is interested, they're engaged. If they have questions, you're answering them to a standard that makes sense to them and you feel comfortable with saying essentially what you're telling them. You feel comfortable has delivered. Trying to develop rapport with the person you're speaking to. If you're talking to anybody in life, you want to make them feel comfortable because that's what you'd want. Sales is just talking to somebody else, and if they're interested in what you have to offer and they see the value in it and you've done a good job, then they're going to pay you for it. What is a good first question to hook someone in a cold call? So this loops back quite nicely to sort of the introduction video that I made previously. When you go into a call to hook somebody, you have to be quite bold. You can't be like 99% of the other people that are calling them and potentially all sounding the same, which is, oh, hi John, it's Keilan from XYZ. Potentially, would you be interested in talking about our marketing services? That is probably an exaggeration. They probably don't talk as stuttery as that and whatnot, but you get the picture. If you go in, hi John, it's Keilan James Devereaux from E-TOTO, how's it going? So that introduction is what I use. Straight to the point. All it leaves them to do is go, yeah, I'm okay, how can I help? If they hang the phone up on me, then I'm not going to waste my time fucking trying to flog a dead horse, really. They're obviously getting loads of sales calls. They're not interested. They probably, if I do get them on the phone, aren't really going to be engaged in what I'm saying as much to begin with. So it's going to be quite harder to build rapport with them if they think that maybe, oh, this is just another sales call. John will say, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. How are you? Or how can I help? John, I really wanted to give you a call and introduce myself for the reason being I want to work with you. I think we could add a lot of value to each other. If you've got a couple of minutes, I'll give you some context behind that. 99% of the time gets me time on the phone with potential clients because it's bold. They probably aren't hearing anything like that as much. I'm straight to the point, and at that point they can say, no, I haven't got a couple of minutes, and I could say, all right, John, that's fine. I can call you back another time. When works better for you? But I think, your introduction in a cold call, it's got to be strong. It's got to be bold. If you want to ask engaging questions, you could ask like, John, how have you marketed yourself previously? I'm just giving specific examples in terms of, E-TOTO. It's completely subjective, business to business, product to product, service to service, etc. John, how has your previous marketing strategies worked for you? John could then come out with, well, actually, we haven't done anything. And that's great because then I can handle that. Oh, John, okay. That's interesting considering, in your industry, marketing is heavy service that's being provided for the reasons being XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Why haven't you considered marketing before? Lots of different things you could do in terms of trying to get them to talk. Questions don't necessarily have to be engaging or hook them. It really is subjective, but if you want to get somebody to do the talking, you should just ask open questions where they can't just say yes or no, because if you get into a pattern of somebody going no, yeah, you don't have anything to work with, you might get a little bit flustered because it's quite frustrating and it's quite hard to open somebody up if they are quite closed essentially. So yeah, strong introduction. You want to have open questions to get them talking, engaged essentially, and just have fun with it.